Hi everybody, it's Lyle Finlay Wilde. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Hi. You like this shirt? It glows in the dark. Maybe one day I'll show you. It's got the artist's name right there. Oh, well. Oh. So, thank you for joining me on this channel. Subscribe, share, and please subscribe and share these videos on Lyle Finlay Wilde. Well, this channel is about true stories and true testimonies. Well, I've got a true story for you. Alright, well, when I was a kid, right, and we were living in Vancouver, right? My dad, I went with a trip with him to go to Edmonton, Alberta, and then we were coming back from Alberta to Calgary or someplace else, and in a semi, right? Well, while we stopped in Edmonton, we stayed at one of my relatives, my Uncle Fred. Well, anyways, Uncle Fred I don't know what I did. I must have pissed him off. He don't like me no more. He gets all hot-headed when every time he hears my voice or me talk to him, anyways, that's their side. So anyways, so my cousin, this is when I was young, in my teens. My cousin, he had a paper route, and there's this old lady, not older, well, to me they're old, but they're, middle class people and that, and he said, there's this lady on my paper route, she has a dog. Wow, and he was telling me about the dog, and they want to give the dog away and that, and I thought of you. Would you like to? I says, yeah. So we went over and I says, Dad, can I have a dog? He says, yeah, you gotta look after it and all that, and all I did. Right, well, the dog turned out, the lady says she wants to keep some of the trophies and pictures and that, and I says, that's fine. She gave me the paperwork for the dog and all that, and also the certificate with the pedigree people that, because it was a show dog. Her name was Cleopatra. If you look under the boxers, show dogs in the late 80s, right? There's only one Cleopatra in the whole show of boxer dogs. That was my retired dog from the shows, and she's a pedigree, and she had I could go into any pet store, and if they had pedigree food, I could show them the certificate and that. I get free dog food and everything, Oh, that was great. Just me showing up there with Cleo, right? I call her Cleo, right? But her proper name is Cleopatra. I show up at a pet store there, they're like, oh, what do you want? Here's a toy, here's this. Oh, she was just spoiled rotten, Oh, yeah, and I didn't dare tell my dad, right, about because he always wanted to buy the food and all that, and I figured, okay, well, but Cleo knew I got the good food, She always turned to me, okay, give me the good food. I don't want to eat that shit. Right, so I'd always give her the good food, But yeah, and she was a retired show dog and that, and we were living in Vancouver and that. And one day, I used to go to Trout Lake Community Center all the time when I was a kid, And I had Cleo with me, and there's people there, like boxers are not good for swimming, but they'll swim if they need to, right? But she always wanted to go swimming, right? So I threw a stick out shallow. I wouldn't throw it far out, but I'd just throw it shallow way. Well, one day I figured, oh, these guys are swimming, other kids were swimming and that, and I go jumping in, and there's this, and on the beach there's one spot right out there where you're swimming, and it's got a little bit of a sand hump, and it's shallow, but it goes deeper. I wasn't aware of that, eh? And I go jumping right in, wham! I hit my shoulder, and I land right on that friggin' sandbar, and I know, oh, I'm really sore in that, and it's hanging down low, and something's wrong, right? So the dog, Cleo, right? The dog, I had the stick in my hand, and I was so sore, right? I tried shaking it off, and she grabs the stick, and she's pulling, and my shoulder went plunk. And she looked at me like that, like I don't know. She'd never done that before, right? And she just, my shoulder went back into my joint. The joint went back in, and she was like really. She wouldn't let me hold the leash on this hand, hey. After that, she would let me she wanted me to hold the leash in this hand. And I'm thinking, oh wow, okay, so that was cool. We'd go walking back, hey, back to where we were living in the East End, and that. Yeah. So I figured, okay. So I babied my arm for a little while and that, and I never told anybody about it or anything when I was a kid, eh? I just sloughed it off thinking, oh, it'll get better and that. But yeah, so yeah, that's a true story, true testimony. But Cleo, yeah, she was Cleopatra, that dog. My dad, she was getting older, right? And he had her put to sleep because he actually accidentally run her over, so he says. But that was my experience with my dog there, Cleopatra, a purebred boxer, right? And if you ever want to see pictures of her, you look in the boxer pedigree album and that, and you'll see pictures of Cleopatra. She's won several first place prize trophies and all that. That was, when she retired, that was my dog. It was given to me from my, up in Edmonton and that. And yeah, so I can honestly say that was fun, eh? But that's my fond memory of that dog, eh? And she was so happy. I had a heck of a time getting her into the semi, eh? There was a cab over, eh? And so